Chapter 10 Light, Sound and Force. We will explore light, luminous and non-luminous objects, shadow, music and noise, sound, force. Light. Can you read your book in a dark room? No, you need light. Light helps us to see objects around us. Light is the form of energy and it is very important for us. There are certain objects that emit light. They are called sources of light. The sun is the main source of light on the earth. Luminous and non-luminous objects. The objects that we see around us can be divided into two groups, luminous and non-luminous objects. Luminous objects are objects that emit their own light. The sun, stars, candles, torch, diyas, tube lights, light bulb and lamps are examples of objects that emit light. Torch, candle, light bulb, table lamp. Non-luminous objects are objects that do not emit their own light. The moon, chair, pencils, trees, books, etc. are examples of objects that do not emit their own light. Shadow. What happens when an object blocks the light coming from a source? A shadow is formed on the opposite side of the light source. The dark shape of an object made on a surface is called shadow. A shadow is formed when an opaque object comes in the path of light. Similarly, our shadows are formed when we block the light from the sun, bulb, candle, etc. We know that the earth revolves around the sun. The sun's light falls on the earth. The moon revolves around the earth. The moon reflects the light of the sun. When the shadow of the moon falls on the earth and the sun cannot be seen or is partially hidden, a lunar eclipse occurs when the earth blocks the light of the sun. The shadow of the earth falls on the moon and moon cannot be seen. A solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse. Science fun. See the change in the length of the shadow of an object during a day. Required materials: a pencil, a meter scale and a wooden plank on which the scale has been fixed. Follow the instruction. Fix the scale on the plank. Note the length of the shadow in the morning, at noon and in the evening. Mark the shadow with the pencil. Observation. What do you see? Tell. Sound. How do you come to know that your class is over? When you hear the sound of the ringing of the bell. We hear various types of sound around us, such as the sound of a doorbell or a mobile phone, the chirping of birds, the honking of horns and clapping. A boy is playing the drum. A bird is chirping. Sound is produced only when an object vibrates. The sound producing organ in human is called larynx. It is placed in the throat. When we speak, air passes through the larynx. The air vibrates the vocal cords of the larynx and the sound is produced. Music and noise. The chirping of birds and the sound of a flute are some of the sounds which are pleasant to hear. Such sounds are called music or musical sounds. Loud music and the honking of a car or bus horns irritate us. Loud and unpleasant sounds are called noise. Soft music helps in reducing stress. Force. Force is a push or a pull. We apply force to a work. We pull the door of a cupboard to open it and push it to close it. Thus, things move when we push or pull. Force can do many things. It can move an object and can stop a moving object. Force can change the shape of an object. A boy doing cycling, a boy pushing a table, A girl pulling a chair. Word bank. Emit, to give out. Luminous object, an object that gives own light. Non-luminous object, an object that does not give its own light. Shadow, the dark patch formed when an object blocks the path of light. Force, a push or a pull. Noise, loud and unpleasant sound.